Hello and welcome to this endoscope look at the piston heads and the GDI injectors in our Kappa 2 GDI engine here on our 2023 Kia Niro plug-in hybrid. We opened up the hood. It's got this really nice cowl on it and these struts. Threw over a clean tablecloth here, and from having done this a few times, and I'm not recommending that you do, but I just put about 800 miles in it, driving down to New Jersey and back from Vermont. But if you were to take a look at this, as we will, these are a few tips that I have. Obviously, you're going to disconnect your negative terminal on the battery in your trunk on the left. You know, if you're facing the bumper, pull off that panel, take a 10mm wrench, disconnect the negative terminal, then come up here and pull out your high voltage safety cutoff in your fuse box here. Wait the 3 minutes, bleed out those capacitors or whatever electricity is left in the system. And then you can proceed to take off your air cleaner assembly unit to expose. All right, we have our ignition coils off. We got our torque wrench here. I'll repeat this later, but each of these plugs is torqued between, I believe it's 10.5 and 18 pounds of, it's 10.8 and 18.1 pounds of torque. So we got our torque wrench, our long 16mm spark plug wrench, and an extension on it now. So we're gonna pull out each of the plugs and put them next to their ignition coils. Okay, we are back with the results. We've pulled off the ignition coil for each of the 4 cylinders and we put the spark plug next to them. And what's interesting is I just did about 800 miles of driving, just a little less, to Vermont, down to New Jersey and back. And I'll try to post the picture of these plugs. They all look good. The gap should be exactly 1 millimeter on each of these plugs. And having a little problem with focusing here, but all the plugs look pretty clean. There's a little carbon depositing around the actual threads, but they all look pretty clean and in good shape. And I just really gave this car its first workout. I'm at 7,777 miles. Okay, I just stuck the endoscope down cylinders 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll put these images up on the right. Everything look really good. The GDI injectors, the high pressure rail that each of the 4 injectors sits on, is on the intake side here, just under this air intake. And so I'll try to show a picture of each of the cylinders as we go through them with the GDI gas direct injected port, that little hole where that high pressure, it's around 250 psi, that pressured fuel is being pushed into where all the action is, right above the piston head inside those cylinders, each of these 4 cylinders.